Okay, so this might be a little bit of a rambling, and this is really just a video recording of me having some personal revelations and doing some personal work. So, work on myself and kind of listen to a podcast this morning on my way to work that really kind of brought some things to light for me. So, one, I realized that I have a fear of being perceived as too much. And so, therefore, I tend to downplay everything. I have a fear of being a burden on other people. And therefore, I try to go above and beyond. I have a fear that probably stems from some learning difficulties I had as a kid, that when I struggle with something, it makes somebody else's life uncomfortable. And I don't ever want to make anybody else's life uncomfortable. So, are all of these things a reality? No. Me struggling, I know, does not impact really anybody else unless they choose to let it impact them. So that was a big revelation. I think all of this is connected to my fear of money. I always thought it was math and numbers, but I really think between the struggles I had with math as a kid and my fear of being perceived as being too much, which someone might find offensive, I'm afraid of offending people. I'm afraid of what I do and how other people are impacted by that. And what I need to remember is that they choose to be impacted that way. It is not my choice for them to be impacted that way. So that's the first thing, or first and second and third. I don't know, I'm lost track. So the other thing that I realized today, and I've never really believed that I have loved myself, and I've always wanted to, but again, here comes that fear of like, if I say I love myself, isn't that being arrogant? And I don't want other people to perceive me as being arrogant. I am no better than anybody else, and I've never wanted to be judged by that. Oh, there's another one. I don't want to be judged. And I realized today that I actually do love myself, even though I've never been comfortable saying those words. I look at my actions and the things that I do and the things that I find value in, and I do all those things because I do love myself. And I've always felt like I do all of those things because I love my family. And I do love my family. And there are certainly choices that I make because it does directly impact them. But I work really hard to stay healthy. I work really hard to stay alive. I eat well, I exercise, I take supplements, I'm constantly learning. And I do all of those things because I want to be here for my family, not because I love them, but because I see value in myself and I realize that their life would be different without me. And therefore, I do actually love myself. I do actually see my value in the world. And that sounds so strange coming out of my mouth, and that feels so strange to say that. And I definitely need to still work on being okay with that. But this is all a start. So, what are your revelations? What are the things that you're listening to or reading that help you get to another place in your life? I would love to know, because I'm still working. I am a work in progress. I have been trying to figure out for years why I have such a phobia with money. I have a fear of not having it. I think I also have a fear of having too much because, again, I don't want to seem like I'm that perfect person. And for whatever reason, in my mind, people with money, I just feel like they don't have a place for me in their life. And that's my issue. I have associated money with value. And I know that people who have more wealth than I have definitely have struggles. So my value is not with what I can do. My value is not within what I have. My value is in what I can give to other people. And I know that. So I am still working on it, and I would love more opportunities to keep learning. So let me know what you do, where you find your inspiration, where you find your help. Thanks for listening to my documentary on my self-learning.